Happy Wacky Hat Wednesday. I'm your host, Mackie Kravitz, and tonight we have the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Brooksbank is in the studio. This is going to be an episode you don't want to miss. Welcome back to See You at USC. I'm joined by Tommy Brooksbank. Thank you so much for changing your position on the show and coming on to be our guest today.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you're usually in the broadcast room.
Yes.
Do you want to tell our viewers a little bit what goes on backstage, like while we're out here?
Sure. So we're here at Trojan Vision, USC's premier student-run television network. Yes. So on Wednesdays, I am the broadcast producer, so I make sure everything is ready for the production. The set gets ready, everybody's assigned to jobs, all that kind of stuff, and make sure everything's running smoothly so we have a successful show every day.
Absolutely.
So.
And it's pretty good practice. Well, I don't know exactly what you want to get into later in life.
We'll get there, yeah.
But it is like a great opportunity for USC students to really see how like a live TV situation works.
Definitely.
And do you feel like it's like a job?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been doing this since freshman year of college, and I've loved every second of it. Trojan Vision gives you so much, opportunity and experience to really get into the entertainment industry and learn about television. And there's so many different roles that you really get a broad sense of what it takes to create a television show every week. And I think that's those are so important lessons to learn. And I've loved every second of it. It's been so much fun.
I did the crewing. I took the class
my
freshman year. So I was working the cameras and doing all that stuff
Learning
too.
everything.
Yeah, and it was such a great opportunity.
Oh, definitely.
It taught me so much. So for any students that may be watching, if you need a 2-unit or a 4-unit,
it's the best.
Definitely take CTPR 409.
Right. I'm also the student assistant for the class, so I make sure everybody's signing up for it and getting recruiting done. So all you freshmen out there, make sure it's on your schedule next semester. It's really such a cool experience. It's a lot of fun. We have fun at Trojan
Definitely
Vision.
can vouch for that, as you can see here. And you might end up on the couch.
Maybe
you never know.
One of these days, yeah.
So Tommy, what year are you here at USC?
So I am a junior this year. I am studying broadcast journalism and political science. So the goal is to be a news anchor on a cool Trojan Vision network, something like that.
Well, Trojan Vision doesn't really have, you said news, not weather. I was going to say there's no weather episode show, but there are outlets for that at USC other than Trojan Vision.
Right, so there's also Annenberg Media, which is kind of the news station on campus. I'm involved with that too, and it's kind of run through the journalism school, but it also, there's a lot of crossover with it, and it's broadcast on Trojan Vision too. You guys might have just seen it. It was right before CU right here, but it's a lot of fun there too, and you just get so much experience from doing both. So.
Would you say that's one of like the greatest experiences you've had at USC thus far?
Oh, definitely. I mean, just both Trojan Vision and ATVN, you just learn so much from being a part of them, and it's just really cool to be a part of an organization where you're surrounded by people that are really interested in the same kind of things that you are doing, and it's been great. USC's the best, right?
Fight on forever.
There we go. Fight on.
So what are the main differences between ATVN and Trojan Vision? Because I've never been over there, so I don't know.
Right, yeah. So ATVN's a little different. Trojan Vision's a little more laid back, I'd say. There's a lot more scripted shows and interviews, but ATVN, there's a little more structure, and it's actually a class requirement for like journalism students at all different kinds of levels. And they're in charge, they go through an entire news show every day. So there's like over 200 kids that come up with a 30-minute show, as opposed to like over here where there's 10 kids coming up with several different shows each day. It goes like a little more in depth, and there's more like news segments, like there's reporters that do news packages
around campus,
right?
Like
around campus
center.
and just in the surrounding area in Los Angeles, and kind of just try to get more in depth into the events that are going on and affecting students around campus, but also in the surrounding communities. So,
very cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So other than Annenberg, what have been some of like the favorite classes you've had at USC or memories in general?
Right. Favorite classes. There's been a lot. I've taken some pretty great ones. I'm actually in Drew Casper's 190 class right now.
Okay.
So yeah, that's been like mind blowing just to be a part of that.
I took that class last semester.
Okay.
And he's a genius.
Yeah, I know.
Like you're scared of him, but you love him.
Right. I know. Yeah, and you're always like, don't call me, don't call me.
In like a 400-person class,
right.
like what are the odds?
Yeah, I know, right? But it's been so interesting. It's really like changes your perspective on watching movies, and I've just been exposed to so many films that I never even thought about watching before. But there's some really good black and white movies out there, right?
Yeah. Okay, what have you watched? What have been some of your favorites?
Some Like It Hot was like amazing. It's like the funniest movie ever.
So good. Okay, I'm totally guilty of this because I'm a theater major and I love movies and everything like that. I had never seen a Marilyn Monroe movie.
What?
Before that. I don't know why.
Oh, come on. No way.
But like,
that's crazy.
So good.
Yeah.
So Like It Hot. I actually wrote a paper on it in my racism, sexism, and the law class.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So cross connections.
There we go.
You know?
That's the way to do
it.
it.
What else? What other black?
That one was good. Let's see. This one wasn't black and white, but we watched Shawshank Redemption in there, and I actually never even saw that one before too. But that one was really good.
I haven't seen that one yet.
You got to do it. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time now. I think it was really good. But yeah, there's just like a bunch of movies like that. We watched Chicago, I think too, which was good. Yeah. So. He's always has like a great lecture before, and you just sit there and watch it with him, and it's a good time. It's really cool.
It's just so interesting to me for someone. I mean, our culture just watches movies growing up. It's just something that we never really critically think about. Like, what are like their personas, and what does this mean? And like, the shots, and like after taking that class, I can watch a movie, and like after like the Oscar season, I would like have in-depth conversations with like my peers and be like, yeah, but that, like, in Moonlight, like, the dialogue was off, or something like along, like, that makes me sound really smart.
Right.
And, like, even my parents are like, what? I'm just like, Drew Casper,
thank
you.
I know. And it's cool, too, because I'm not a film major or anything, even though Trojan Vision is part of the film school, but it really exposes you to this, being a part of USC, which has the #1 film school, and taking those classes and really learning how to analyze movies is really cool. So it's been
such a benefit.
It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I've also really enjoyed a lot of my political science classes. I've taken applied politics with Dan Schnur, which is really cool because it teaches you how to make like videos for campaigns and how to promote campaigns for political figures and how they get elected and change public perception of them and stuff. So that was really interesting. Yeah, because he made all the political ads for Al Gore when he made his presidential run, and John Kerry in 2004. So it's really cool just picking his brain about all that stuff.
Did he go over like statistics on like after this video aired, polls went down this way?
Yeah. So you kind of go like break it down and go through the race and see like when they were up and down. And he was a part of the Al Gore's team, and when they won the popular vote but lost the election, he was just completely devastated with that. And then it was I actually took it last fall, and it was happening right when right when the election was happening, and the same thing happened. And I remember he was in Annenberg watching the election that night and giving a discussion, and he just could not believe that this happened again. Kind of the same circumstances where the Democrat lost the Republican, even though they got more votes. So pretty crazy stuff.
Very crazy
but
stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting.
What was that class like after the election? Because I know all classes were affected.
It had a pretty somber feeling. I mean, he's not hiding the fact that he's a Democrat. He's very a Democrat, and he's really open to having discussions about it and everything. But there was definitely a little like post-election depression in there, and he discussed it with us and how he like saw the country going forward, even though like the president didn't actually win the popular vote. But he said it was interesting to see if the electoral college would be changed because of that and stuff like that. So
you know what I found most interesting about the election was that USC predicted the outcome.
Right.
It was like one of the few outlets.
Right.
Was he involved in that at all? Do you know that?
Yeah, so I actually went over that with him, and we did a segment for ATVN and Annenberg Media about that.
Yeah.
And he was telling us how it was because USC used a different metric in how they asked the question. Instead of asking them, who were you going to vote for, it was, how much do you like this candidate on a scale from 1 to 10? And because they used that different metric, it was giving them apparently a more accurate representation of where people were, and they were able to predict where the country was feeling. And it was pretty crazy because USC's poll really was the only one that had Donald Trump up for the majority of the time. So and before the election happened, they were getting a lot of slack about how it was so inaccurate, but it really turned out to be the correct way to ask the question.
Proved him wrong.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Was it the wording of the question, or like what? Because that's so interesting.
Yeah, so it was the wording of the question, I guess, and they were sending it out to 2,000 people every week that were random, and they were just asking the question. Yeah, all over the U.S. and they were asking the question in a different way than a lot of the other polls, and it just let them have a different metric and came to a different statistic that it seems to be more accurate. So. It sounded like they're going to keep using that metric in elections in the future, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
USC predicting the future of our,
there we go.
Of our nation.
Yeah, no big deal, right?
Well, we do go to a good school, so.
Fight on, right?
Yeah.
Trojan pride.
Other than classes and stuff, what have been like some of your favorite just USC memories or memories about?
USC memories.
Yeah.
Just being, since freshman year, it's been so cool just to be on campus and everything. I mean, football games, you can't go wrong with that,
Seriously,
right?
I miss game day season.
I know, it's like, let's get back to football season, please. Home games have always been like so much fun, just going out there and going to the games with your friends, and we have the best band too. It's so much fun to go out there, and they get you all hyped up right before the game. Yeah.
I just always feel so bad when it's like these early like August or early September games and it's so hot.
Right.
And they're in like the full on stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's like those games
I don't
where
know how they do it, right? Yeah.
I have no idea. But then there's the games where you're freezing and you're like, I want to be wearing the band outfit. Where do I get one of those?
I know. They look pretty cool, though, not gonna lie, right?
They're the coolest.
I know. Like,
so
they got
much
the headgear
respect.
and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Games are always so much fun to be a part of and go to those. But yeah, and just, being in LA, there's so much to do here.
Are
There's so
you
many things
originally from LA?
I'm actually from Lake Tahoe, so little further north. But just being in Los Angeles and experiencing the city, and there's so much to do here. I always love going to Santa Monica and just like hanging out on the beach, and I go on runs there a lot, which is a lot of fun.
Do you do like the Venice to like Muscle Beach?
So I go to Santa Monica and then run like towards Malibu. Like, I don't go to Malibu, obviously. That would be a really far run.
Pretty far. That's where I'm from.
Okay,
that's
that's a little bit of a trek. But yeah, just kind of towards that way, just running on the beach, which is always fun, and just hanging out around there is always a good time too. So.
Well, it's been awesome talking to you, Tommy. Thank you for letting our viewers know
of course.
your role as our broadcast producer.
There we go, yeah.
And be sure to stay tuned after this commercial break. We are going to have a very fun surprise second half, so be sure to stay tuned. No, you're fine.
I'm just gonna make this a 2-shot.
It's gonna work. Welcome back to See You at USC. I am joined by 3 new guests. If you guys want to go around kind of and introduce yourselves and tell everyone who you are, what you do, your deal.
I'm Elliot Siegel. I'm a popular music drum set student at USC. I play drums with this fool. His name's Tom. Tom, take it away.
My name's Tom Carpenter. I'm a music production major at USC. I'm involved in a few different projects, an alt-country project, a band, and I do my own electronic music production on the side. And this is Jake.
Hey, I'm Jake. I make music with these guys till like 3:30 every morning, and I'm a music industry major, and we're really excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you guys here today.
Thank you so much.
So you all are in Thornton, different programs, but within Thornton.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Right.
So what has been some of like the greatest highlights or best things about Thornton that you've noticed so far?
So Thornton has this really cool thing every Friday. It's called the Pop Music Forum, and they'll bring in an influencer in the industry to come in and talk to us just either about, maybe it'll be a musician, sometimes it's a songwriter. We got like Bill Withers or some of the really big people in the on the industry side of things, and they'll just do like a forum on just different careers or different paths and how the decisions in their life led to them being in the music industry. So it's always super informative. It's a part of the week that I always look forward to, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So that's for me.
And they have popular music majors like me and industry and production all in the same room. So you have all these different perspectives, getting to ask these industry professionals like what they do best. It's really great.
So who would be like your dream guest, all three of you?
Frank Ocean, by far.
Frank Ocean.
It's got to be Kanye.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Jesus?
he's more of a god than a guest, I think.
There's this
I
guy.
think that's a good way to put it.
His name's Andy Hull. He's the singer of this band called Manchester Orchestra.
Huh.
And he's like the greatest songwriter ever.
What band?
Manchester Orchestra.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you don't know music.
Oh, okay.
Is this, okay, because I don't know. Is this like a small person or is this like a big deal like Kanye?
Biggest band in the world.
It's
right.
it's a very small indie band that you should not know.
Yeah.
No one listens to
Well,
them.
he's the
It's
industry
got,
major.
like,
He should
6
know.
plays.
He should be discovering these people.
That's
I
true.
found them.
That's good.
I actually found in Tennessee. I was there when I was like 8 years old, and I was like, these guys are gonna be huge. So I signed them to my record label.
This guy's one great TV personality right here.
Yeah, seriously.
Killing it.
So Ocean and Yeezus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who do you think would win in like what's this called? An
Arm
arm
wrestle?
wrestle. Yeah.
Arm wrestle?
And
Yeah.
also
Kanye.
by
Kanye.
far.
Absolutely.
Easy.
That dude is jacked.
Easy.
Yeah, that's Frank Ocean. He's got it. His voice is too nice to win an arm wrestling.
True.
contest.
So if you could ask the
Kanye.
God any
Yes, the
question,
God.
what would it be?
Oh man.
When is Daft Punk
That's-
performing next?
Yeah, I might ask that, but that's like meeting your maker and trying to figure out life. That's everything matters because Kanye is here.
Have you ever seen
That's-
him live?
I have. I tried to see him live in St. Louis, and his tour bus crashed.
Oh, you were
And
at Gov's Ball, right?
Yeah,
Gov's Ball
so
when-
his tour bus crashed in St. Louis, and he canceled the show. Then I flew out to New York, and I tried to see him, and Gov Ball got rained out, and there's a riot, and I
Yeah.
almost died. And
Good.
then I finally got tickets to go see the St. Pablo tour.
So you did see that.
I did,
And he
finally.
didn't cancel on you.
He didn't cancel on me. I went
you got
first
lucky.
night. I was like 2 weeks before he started canceling on everyone again.
How long did you rant your night?
He didn't rant,
Really?
which is a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
You want to hear a rant or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to a Kanye concert in middle school.
Okay.
My parents were
which
very
tour?
progressive. We went to Watch the Throne. So we saw Jay-Z
Oh, that's
No way.
rad.
and Kanye. We were like in the nosebleeds
Yeah.
of the Staples Center, like
Wow.
way high up. And he played NIP, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
7 times.
Wow.
Seven times.
Sometimes?
7 times. After each time, my dad, one more time! And I was like little, like 14-year-old, like, Dad, stop, you're embarrassing me, like in the nosebleeds. But
Sounds like a great dude.
quite a memory.
Quality.
Kanye
Zoe
creates
just told me that
memories.
your dad watches the show.
My
Is
dad
that just
does
a
watch the show.
shout
If you
out
guys
right
want to give
there?
him a shout out,
Shouts out.
Shout out,
Shout out.
Mr. Kravitz.
Dad.
I'm sure I'll get a text about that after the show. But so Frank Ocean, though, what would you ask him?
I would definitely ask him to take me through his songwriting process because like Channel Orange is my personal like songwriting Bible.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's incredible. Like, and like they recorded and crafted it in like 2 weeks, which is insane.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. So like I would definitely ask him to take me through the songwriting process.
From a production viewpoint, is that like a
Oh.
crazy?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's absolutely. The production's so lush.
So
It's
lush.
But
absolutely
so
gorgeous.
2 weeks is like very fast.
Oh yeah.
Like-
I can't do a song in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No way. An album, like the best album. I mean, after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Jesus. That's in the top 5 best albums of
What
our
about
generation.
the College Dropout, though?
It's my 4th favorite.
Fourth.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, it's
Of
true.
course.
Ask him how he feels about graduation.
That's 5th.
So
Very
you guys
close.
are all making music.
Yep.
What are you guys working on right now? Like,
Basically what we're doing right now is we are looking more to like the live music side of things. So we've all started projects that have been successful in various facets in like high school and our first couple years of college. But we really just understand that like where music is leaning now, and in my industry classes what we're learning is that like live music is everything. And so we really want to instill in people who are coming up is that you need to care as much about the show that you put on as you do about the music that you make. And so what we're doing right now, while we can't I mean, we can talk about it, but we just kind of want to keep it on the down low for now.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Exclusive.
completely like live music based and just kind of creating more of a festival atmosphere at smaller shows to kind of give people what they're looking for. Because, like, you know, you love going to festivals and everybody loves going to festivals, but they're
an
expensive.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's an experience. But they're expensive. So we want to bring something like that to a consumer level.
So are you guys talking at USC? Or are you thinking more wide range? Are you getting venues or?
Definitely starting at USC. I don't think it's going to be a venue thing. I think it's going to be like an installation. It'll still be a concert at its base, but it's going to be more like a live music experience, like a festival. But we're not trying to take away from the festivals. We're just trying to say, like, you know, the 364 days a year you can't go to a festival.
Right.
You should come see us.
Absolutely. Do you know kind of when this will kind of be taking off?
Yeah,
or?
August
So next semester.
August 26th.
Oh, save
Yep.
the date.
Yep.
Save the date for the
Got
thing
it
you have no
unlocked.
idea what it is. But
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Sounds really
It's gonna
cool.
be good.
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So all three of you are in the band and you're all playing and writing and
Yeah.
doing your own thing.
And
Yeah.
Devin Welsh.
And Devin Welsh
Yes.
is another one of the musicians. We also have Theo Buchwald from the Cinema School. He is on our team, and Jamie Haberman in the Dr. Dre School. So Theo's doing our visuals, and Jamie's doing a lot of the cool kind of non-traditional stuff that we're doing with the
I think like
lights.
art installations and like interactive
cool.
visuals and things like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a whole group. Do you guys have a name?
We
we do, but
Oh, is
Yeah.
it?
TBD.
All right.
TBD.
TBD. TBD. I
Yeah.
like it.
or
a
to
good
be
band name,
announced, I guess.
Yeah.
TBA.
TBA.
We've determined it. Just haven't announced it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. So that you have like people from different aspects really coming
Yeah.
together to like make this thing. And this wasn't for a class or anything. This is
No.
just on your own
No.
free will.
No.
Actually, Tom took me to see this band called LeMay.
Mm-hmm.
Lemaitre. I don't even know how you
It's
pronounce
this
it.
Norwegian electro indie band
Awesome.
that is.
Crazy dope.
If you can't pronounce the band's title, then they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
It's terrible marketing.
So there's like Daft Punk and there's Justice, and this band is kind of lumped in that circle as like
Okay.
being very progressive, but they just terrible marketing and just their career wasn't handled correctly.
Yeah.
But they really do push the boundaries of what you should see at a live show, especially on a smaller level. Obviously, when you go to see Daft Punk or Justice, like you're seeing these huge productions, but you know they play club level venues
Yeah.
and they still put on amazing light shows and their visuals are awesome. And so it's just a huge inspiration for me. And Tom being the EDM guy and me being from the alternative songwriting background, I looked at him and I was like, we could do this. And like having Elliot, like one of the, I almost cursed, but he's an amazing drummer.
Thank you.
And Dev is one of like, he just, when he engineers, it's the most clean, beautiful sounding thing that you've ever heard. So just all of those things together, we really just want to create music like that to help progress music as, you know, I mean, we're aiming, we'd love to do what Daft Punk has done. We'd love to do what Justice has done.
With the big things over their faces
Yeah.
too.
We'll
Yes.
see, but I think that's actually important. Like the reason why you said we have a big team is because it's not about us. It's much about the music as it is about the lights and the visuals and the experience that you have.
Yeah.
And so, like I love singing, and I love that I'll get to sing every night. But it's not about me being the front man of this
Yeah.
band or Tom singing or Dev singing. It may sometimes be about Elliot drumming because he's really good, but it's just about the experience that you have. So that's why we have such a big team.
So for each of you, I want to go through this. What do you want people to take away after coming to one of your performances?
Oh shoot, that's a great question.
That's
Have
a good
that.
question.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
We came in here thinking that it's gonna be like kind of a joke, and now we're like actually like learning about ourselves.
I want you to feel inspired.
No, what do you want people to take away?
You know, you go to so many parties at USC, and mentally they all kind of lump together. And I think that if we do execute our vision in the right way, I really want to put our experience, to have the person that comes to our experience, to just put our thing in another mental category, if that makes sense. Like, okay, so like there was every other single party that I've been to at USC, but then there was that night. Remember that night? And I want that kind of fire and that kind of memory to trigger some amazing like happiness, warm feeling. And I like, that's why I play music. I love giving that like feeling to people. I love making people dance. That's why I play drums. Like literally.
Rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I just want to give people that happy, glowy memory music feeling. Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I want people to walk in and just go, what? Just like,
Plain and simple.
yeah, just like, what are they doing there? That's crazy.
Your mouth says, but your eyes don't
What?
say excitement.
I'm very chillaxed.
What?
Hey, what?
Personally, I think I want the experience to be such that if you are like feeling down and you want to listen to somebody sing a song about you that's going to help you get through something, you can have that experience. But I also want you to be able to dance your butt off like with your friends and drink and just have a crazy night. And
Responsibly.
Responsible. If you're 21, stay in school, kids.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, just whatever experience you're trying to have, we want to make that possible while still being while still knowing that you're at our event. It's hard for me to not say the name, but still knowing that you're at our event. I think that right now a lot of music is very exclusionary. You have like your Celestians and your Yes Jules events, and those are like very under wraps, and they're like you have to know somebody to get to them, and then you have things that are some people find to be too mainstream, and so we just want to do something that's kind of for everybody. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what we're trying to do.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out today
Thank you.
sharing all this awesome information. I mean, save the date, Trojans, August 26th for TBA. It's clearly going to be lit. And be sure to tune in to see you at USC every weeknight here at 6:30. Good night.